Okay, I found out that you can actually edit rosters, and this is how you do it on next or current gen. I mean, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. For all you Xbox One people that just got it, y'all gonna want to know how to do this. So here's the video. You go to Quick Game. Don't you know how you pick teams just like this? You press triangle for rosters. You had the official 2K roster. If you press triangle, you go to custom roster and all that other good stuff, but that's not where you do it. If you press circle or you press B, it brings up an alternate HUD. You have exit, quick game, blacktop, and practice/tutorial. If you ain't had a game on current gen, you're not gonna know how to dribble, so I suggest you go to practice/tutorial and you go to freestyle, and then that's how you learn how to dribble. Because that's honestly what I do. I be in freestyle mode for hours just playing around with the controls. It's absolutely fun. I don't know why I think it's so fun. It's like just practicing basketball on the court by yourself. And now you have options. You have game settings, gameplay sliders, coaching settings, controller settings, and language selection. This is how you set up your options for the whole game. For my GM, for playing quick games, you can set the difficulty to however you want it. The game style is already on simulation. I'm glad that they did that this year because that whole default thing was not working. I don't know why they even thought default was what people want to play on. It's a simulation basketball game. Give us a simulation sliders. And it's just the basic option from the past generation. Nothing spectacular about this. You can set up all the sliders however you like. I never played with the sliders, so I really don't have any tips or anything, but you can still edit everything as if it was still past. So there's nothing changed about this. There's nothing really that special about none of this. The controller settings, you can go back to the 2K13 dribbling if you don't like this. The only problem is you can't throw flashy passes or you can't throw alley-oops. So that's why I suggest you practice the new. And now here we go to rosters. This is where you view the rosters. From this point, you can't actually edit these rosters. This is how you just view each player on each team. The only problem I have with this is that you can't see point guard, shooting guard, small forward, like who's lined up like that. They're just going to give you this look of it. If you click L3 or left stick, it brings up the actual numbers instead of the letters. And if you click R3 or the right stick, it brings up the alternate HUD. It brings up each player detail. The detail of each player, I forgot which. I know the first one is the game stats, is the career stats, and you could press L1 or R1, RB or LB just to flip through each setting. And this is on current gen. This is on past gen. We used to this. There's nothing new about it. So there's nothing special about any of this. I know the player badges is new, so you're gonna have to look at that for yourself. You got to check out each of the player badges by yourself because there's nothing I can actually tell you about it. And if you press R2 or right trigger, you can swap through each player without even going back to the actual game. If you don't use the right stick or R3, that's just hurting yourself because that is important to the game. You want to know what each player is averaging, what player stats are, because that just absolutely helps you when you edit in rosters. And when you come to roster creator, you can actually edit the rosters and you can create a draft class. People was questioning if you could create draft class. You got to do it right here for your my GM. I wish you could have custom draft classes for my career, but you can't. So, and you still can swap between the letter grade and the player grade, and you still can bring up their career stats. But now you can edit playbooks, you can assign plays, you can edit players' tendencies, just everything you usually can do is all right here. And you can edit players' accessories, the jump shot forms, all that good stuff. I'm just mad at the fact that they don't set it up as if point guard shooting